Hello everyone, it's Linda from Linda's in Arlington Heights, Illinois. Ready for holiday, happy Merry Christmas. I have a wonderful little project that you can do as a real quick last minute gift item for somebody. You're going to somebody's house for coffee or maybe having a little drink after work or whatever. You can make a couple of these real quick and easy. It won't take you more than 10 minutes. And I just want you to have fun with this machine, fun with these fabrics. They're free spirit fabrics, which I think they're not the real traditional Christmas or holiday colors. You've got music, you have the reds and greens, but they're kind of a lime green, which is really pretty. They just really sing and make you really, I think, happy when you look at them. So I'm going to give you a little technique today that I think would be great. There is a brand new hoop out that I am absolutely loving. Now I have the big one like this. I think it's like 8 by 10 or 12 or something. It's bigger. But when they came out with the 5 by 7, I thought, well, it's nice, but what'll I use it for? Oh my goodness. You should see all of these. This little one right here was done with the hoop. And Nick, I know you like to get these up close, but it's just a really fun little mug rug where you can not only put a cup of coffee on it, but then you can put your little donut or your treat or whatever on the side. So if you can show that up close, it's just really, really a fun one. It really does, I think, speak of holiday, happy, sharing, friends, having some fun with people that you love. And that's what this is all about, is to help you create something little, simple, easy, and quick that will that you can share, that they can't buy anywhere else. It's a piece of you. So you can see what I've done. I have taken a backing piece on here, which is the notes. Then I've taken the the batting. Now I prefer the Floriani embroidery batting, and I don't think we brought it here, but I am going to mention, maybe Teresa, I'll have you kind of find a picture of it. Sorry to do that for you last minute, but it's called embroidery batting. It's a little thicker than this. We didn't have any in the studio, so we had to make do. So you're not going to see quite the puffiness that you normally would. So if you don't like that, you could use some regular batting too. But the embroidery batting just gives it a nice fill and it makes it look really great. And the stitching on the machine just goes beautifully when you use it. Then I have a topper, and this topper is again one of the fabrics in the collection. It's this one right here that I think is great. And you could use for this little mug rug that I showed you either the little bird one, which is a cutout right here, or you could use the little that's a little rabbit in there, which is just darling. So that gives you another little idea. Or, you could just do plain music and maybe just put the music on the back. So on this one, we put on the back the little background of it's kind of a celebration of holly that really doesn't look like holly. It's a whimsical. And then on this one, the smaller one, we did the same thing, but this was a flip and stitch. And I'm going to show you that in a minute too. But isn't it fun just to have a couple of cups of, if you go to the dollar store, get a couple of mugs and then make this up in 10 minutes and you've got a wonderful gift that nobody else can find. Now, once I have the 3 pieces of fabric, the topper, the batting, and the backing, I would put that into the hoop. And this is a magnetic hoop. So when I take this, now if you can see what I'm doing here, see how it clipped right on? Watch again. Clips right on. You can kind of hear it when I do it. All of these, this is the easiest thing there is to do. And I did the first row of stitching already. On the screen here, I think you can kind of see this is the design. I've made it look a little bit bigger for you. But we put this into the design center. Liz, one of our associates at the store, has helped me put this together. She's going to be one of my guests on the videos here in the next month or so, where we're going to show you some software that you can do to design too. But this particular design, you didn't need any software at all. All you had to do was pull up the design, and then we did touch the stitch to make it a triple stitch. So I'm going to start the machine, and you can see I've already got the green light here that says it's ready to go. I've threaded it with rayon thread. I want that little shinier look. It's just going to kind of give you a fun, now you can kind of see it. See how it's going back and forth and back and forth? This is a triple stitch. And you can do that with any of the stitches that are in the machine. That are in this design center. Our baby locks have the same thing. We have a wonderful design center there too that allows you to go in and take a stitch like this and fill the whole hoop. You can make it smaller if you want, or fill the whole hoop. Then I can just move it over to the rest of this because I'm going to make a block of this and it'll all be quilted when I'm finished. I like the rayon thread on this particular one because it's just giving me a little bit more shine. And I do have, I think, yeah, we do. Teresa, I don't believe we have any of these left. This is one of my favorites. I think I bought 3 boxes of these. This is the Madeira, and it is a rayon, and it is got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. So you've got over 21 threads in here. And they're beautiful, beautiful, shiny colors. Now, a lot of people talk to me about rayon thread and say, well, I don't like rayon, it's going to bleed, it's going to change color. It does not. I have done so many designs in rayon. The sample that I have here on the shirt, that was actually done in rayon and metallic. This has been washed many times. Unless you pour bleach on it, you're not going to lose your color. So rayon is still a beautiful thread to use. I would highly recommend it. And I'm going to do something a little special for you guys today because it's holiday time. Any of these products that you see on the email, if you're getting our email, make sure you sign up if you aren't. I know most of you that are looking at this have had it. Some of you just subscribe directly to our YouTube channel, so you don't know about the coupons. But we put a supply list on our YouTube email before it goes to the YouTube channel, before you get this little blurb. And that product of everything that I've shown in this video is on there. Well, today, everything that's on that email is going to be 20% off. So if you have any questions about it whatsoever, you can call the store. These never go on sale. These are going to be, every product I'm showing is going to be 20% off. I love the bobbin threads. This is Quilter Select, and it's a special already. They put it together for you. It is the same weight of thread that is in these 2 pre-wound bobbins. This is how I embroider with my baby lock or my brother. I always use these pre-wound bobbins for the embroidery part or the quilting part. I do not use these for regular clothing construction. These are for embroidery or for quilting. And the same way with this. This is the exact same weight of thread, and it comes in a white, an off-white, a gray, and a black. So if you're doing, masks and you're doing, stitching around them, you could use this too. But both of these products are, I think, one of the really cool things. I want to show you something else that I think is just great. As long as I'm into threads here, this to me is one of the most wonderful threads. I'm going to stop this for a minute because the red is almost done. And when I get to the end, I'm going to show you. This is, I think, one of the best, little secrets that we have that a lot of people haven't seen. You see how I can move this over and it's nothing's going to happen to it? It makes an exact perfect place for your threads. And what's great about these threads in here, these are Kimberbell. Kimberbell has actually put this, and these greens are just wonderful. This is called Glide thread, G-L-I-D-E. We carry the full selection. We also carry it in very large spools, but aren't these just wonderful colors with this? And this Kimberbell set actually comes with the box. I think this would be a perfect little box for you to bring back and forth to class. You can put your little designs in it. You've got a handle, and there you are, voila, ready to go. So that, again, is another special that'll be on there. And these 2 little, these are, can't believe we gave these on sale. These are the, it's called YLYS Soft Touch. These are about $25. They're on sale for $12. So there's a limited amount. So when you see these on the website, you just have to ask for, they'll just send you a package of whatever colors they have left. It's such a bargain. This is the new holiday line from Floriani. We were lucky enough to get it. There are very few, I hope you know about the supply chain issue around the country, and all these vendors are just as bad as we are. They're having tremendous problems getting these colors and these threads. So we were able to get a few of these in, and they are going to be on special for you because you're watching this video. Now I have one last one because everybody always asks me, I usually get the question after I've done the video, what needle are you using? So pay attention to this because this is something I think you really want to use. I've done so much research on needles. When I'm doing anything with an embroidery thread, now an embroidery thread can be used for quilting. It can show up, it can be just absolutely beautiful. When I'm using an embroidery hoop, I like personally an 80 embroidery needle. It's very difficult to find right now. Most of your manufacturers, you'll be able to find a 75 or a 90. If you have to have, if it's shredding a lot, the 75 is too fine and you need it and you can't find an 80, you'll have to go up to a 90. But I personally, and I know you know my story about hoarding now, since I've known all this supply thing is happening, when I found 80 embroidery needles, we had some at the store and we have them in this container. Boy, I grab them because they really work the best. And I just love what they've done here. You can see, you can pull the little embroidery. I don't want to take them all out, but you can pull it up and see. This says embroidery machine needle, and this was a 90, and the one in front of it is an 80. So it shows you all the different threads, and it's just a wonderful little tin that you can keep your needles in. So again, that's going to be on special for you. Now, there's a couple other things I'm going to show you, but I'm going to continue on because I want to finish this design. If you can see, can they see this, Nick, pretty easily on the screen? This design is a little tulip that I think really fits in well with the design that's on here. We did not design the actual stitch on the machine. Now, you could have done that too, because there is a design creator in the machine, but we felt this was so similar it would look just wonderful. But we touched that triple stitch, and I'm going to show you, I'm just going to close it. We'll stop there and see now where it's showing you. If I want to see it up close, I just go to this and it'll show me, and I can just hit the plus and it'll bring it up real big. But if I want to close it, you can see exactly what's going on here. And it'll tell you I'm on red thread. I've already done, you see these three colors here, yellow, red, and green? I've already done the yellow. Now I'm on the red, and I'm about halfway through. And the last one is going to be your green. It shows you that the red was the longest sewing. It was 7 minutes, and the next one is only going to be 1 minute. And then I'm just going to hoop. I don't even have to re-hoop it. That's the great part about this. I just take this off, move it over, and flip this back on, and I just do the same thing right over here, and it matches up. I can match it right up. There's a projector on this screen that is absolutely wonderful. If I touch this, well, I'm in the middle of the sewing, so it's not going to do it right this minute, but I can literally touch that cone, and the camera will come up, and it will show me where to move the next stitch to, so it's going to be exactly accurate. It's kind of like precise positioning that you get on some of your other machines, but it's even more accurate because it's the actual picture of the design exactly where it is. I hope that explains it a little bit easier. I'll touch that green line and let it go again. Then I want to explain something real quick while it's sewing. These two were also done, this is being done in the hoop because I have a bigger mat that I'm putting on here. But there are two things that come with the Brother or the Solaris, and they are the most wonderful walking foot. They call it a Muvit foot, and it plugs into the back of the machine here, and you can see it has a very wide foot. And you see the little lever here? That's a belt. It's a belt driven, and that belt will make it so slower or faster or thinner or thicker fabrics. That's why it's so key that when you buy one of these machines, this is one of your best tools that you'll ever have. Now, this foot has been a mainstay for me when I do a lot of my thinner fabrics and my thicker fabrics. However, sometimes when I'm getting into real tiny points, it's harder to see. So look what they've come up with. They call it the Compact Muvit Foot. We have them, I'll tell you, they have been again on back order because this is what the name of the game is right now. But we have many people that have this, they're in the queue, they're waiting, they've already ordered, they put something down, and you can do that too. And I'm not sure if they get the 20% off, but I did say, they're going to kill me at the place, but I did say the 20% off, so you can just say Linda made me do it. Okay. Now, I would hope this comes with your machine if you have one of these big machines, a baby lock or a brother. But if you don't and you want to get the smaller compact foot, it will be 20% off when you're ordering it. Now, you can see as we're going along, there's something else I want to show you. So you can see how it's changing, those numbers. That means that we're getting toward, there's 7,056 stitches in the whole entire design, and we're almost up to 6,000. You see right here where it says 2, and then there's a little line, and then 3. We're on the second of the third thread. And then if you look right over here where the little hourglass is, you can see we've done 8 minutes, going on 9, and we're almost at 10 minutes. That's the total. Then if you go back over here to the size of the design, and then it shows you what size hoops you can use. It shows you your foot, and of course down here it shows you your thread. The machine is so intuitive. I can't even tell you how wonderful it is because I do use mine a lot. Now watch what happens when it comes up. I wanted you to see this part. Okay, so now we've stopped, and it just gives you that little warning. And now what it's going to do, you see how the outline is going to go there? And this is the part that I want to show you that's so fun. Normally I have my scissors right here, but I'm just going to cut it off if you don't happen to have one. Everybody knows by now when you are changing threads, what do? Pull it from the front, obviously. And now I would take a green thread and put it on there. Cut. The green thread is coming up on this little part down here. Now I want to show you something that a lot of people don't show you about a machine like this. See this little metal clip right here? I'm actually going to put the thread through that. You don't always need to do that, but when you're doing some real heavy embroidery or some heavy quilting, it's just a wonderful thing to do. I just follow the design, the numbers around. This is one of the most wonderful automatic threading machines that you can have. Now there's something really cool about this. You see this little needle with that little thread going through it? All I have to do is touch that button and voila, look at the automatic threading. And that truly is automatic threading. You don't have to take a button down the side and pull it to order to start. It's all ready to go. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start the green. And if you look at this, it's 3 of 3, 9 out of 10 minutes. So you've got right here on the right, 1 minute. And if you see what it's doing, it's actually making a frame for me. I wanted that frame because I'm going to do that like in 2 blocks, a frame here and a frame here. And then I have a nice little mat that I'm going to put candles on and a cup of coffee and some, it's really a wonderful decoration. And I will finish that off very similar to the way I did this one. And this one again is done with the just regular straight stitches on this Compact Muvit Foot. And I don't see, oh yeah, I do have, I like that pencil. I'll have it on the email. There's a marking pencil that you can just mark, or you could, of course, just do it by your edging. There's all kinds of ways that you can go ahead. You don't need a ruler on this, even though it looks like ruler quilting. But the marking pen will give it to you very accurately, and then it just brushes off afterwards. The other 2 things that I think really are important, and we're almost done here. When you're finished with these designs, I'm just going to move it over and transfer it. Clean your machine. I cannot stress this enough. It's one of the things. Now I'm just going to sew the same design again, so it's just all ready to go. But these little, they're called micro brushes. Don't get the plastic ones. I know we carry some of those. We had trouble getting these again, but we've got them in. I tell people not to use those colored plastic ones. The little tips break off in your machine. These will not. They're very, very strong. They're designed for components to get into small areas, and it pulls out any little lint or any little threads that are real hard to find. My favorite scissors of all times, I collect scissors, as you probably know. I love them and I use them for, I have a little stash and go at every one of, some of them I have two of them on either side of the machine. And I have all my scissors, so I don't have to go around to machine because when I'm doing a lot of sewing, I'm really busy and I want to get this stuff done. So this machine, I mean, this scissor has got that tiny point at the top. I even use it sometimes for cutting the threads because it's so sharp and it's so precise. I do like the double embroidery one, to double curve, to get in there for this. But you can see that these are some really fun things. I hope you will take a few minutes for yourself during the holidays to sit down, have a cup of coffee yourself, make one of these for you. Don't just make it for a friend. Make it for you and put it on there, and remind yourself that this is the time that you're going to spend some time with you. Maybe just 5 or 10 minutes just to give you a little, okay, a little breath, and then you can go on to your busy schedules as always. So again, everyone, I want to thank you so much for joining us for these videos. I've had so many comments in the last couple of weeks from you saying that they really are inspiring you, and that's what this is all about. It's inspiration. If you want to go into real detail and long length, join our clubs. They're absolutely wonderful. We are going to have some guest speakers on some of these. During the winter, we're trying to schedule some other people that will give you their version of some really cool things. So you'll be seeing a lot of extra people on here, which we think is going to be really fun. So if I don't see you, we have one more filming, don't we, Nikki, before Christmas? So I will see you next week with another little surprise. Enjoy the week. Take some time for you. Have fun. Thank you, everyone.